Well. Thank you very much, Commissioner Danvers, and I think I feel a bit embarrassed. Those stories, as you have said, certainly is important to share them. And thank you very much for the kind words of introduction. Our chief guest, CS Dr. Fred Matiang'i, very ably represented by my good friend, Mr. Wilson Jega, who is Secretary, Interior, Ministry of Interior and the Coordination of National Government. Her Excellency, Ambassador Catherine Hedgeman, the Deputy Head of Delegation of the European Union, Ambassador Filiberto Sebrigandi, the Vice President of ECE's Strategic and Advisory Committee, Ambassador Erastus Mwencha, the Chair of ECE's Strategic and Advisory Committee, Ms. Annie Ireri, the Chairperson of Elections Observation Group and the Executive Director of FINDA, Father Dr. Joseph Motie, the Chairperson of Interreligious Council of Kenya. I see a good friend Rana with us representing UNDP, and any other members from the UN who are here, members of the diplomatic corps, development partners, and with that, quite a good number of them have been mentioned already. I want also to recognize members of the fourth estate here. Ladies and gentlemen, all protocols observed, good morning. Good morning again. Good morning. I want also to greet you in the NCIC style of greeting. I don't know why Commissioner Sam Corner forgot to greet you in this way, because he's the one who coined this way of greeting. When I say Amani, you say Milele. When I say Milele, you say Amani. Okay? Amani, Milele, Amani, Milele. I'm sure even those who do not speak Swahili by now, you know what Amani means. Peace. And the Milele is forever. Peace forever. Okay? Thank you very much. Let me take this opportunity before I make my remarks and introduce the NCIC commissioners who are seated at this table here. Honorable Abdulaziz Farah is a commissioner, a former member of parliament. Let me move to the one opposite him, and the Honorable Dorcas Kedogo Milele. And then next to her is Commissioner Kona Milele. And then we have Ambassador Honorable Okundi Philip, who was also a member of parliament, Milele. And then we have, of course, Dr. Danvers Makori, who has been here, Milele. Now this is the commission, plus our vice chair, who happens to be traveling out of the country, Wamboi Nyutu. She is the vice chair, and she is currently in the United States of America. Let me also then introduce the CEO and the Secretary to the Commission, Dr. Skita Ocharo. That is the Commission, and I want to say that really we work as a team, and we are very pleased for all the support that we receive, not least of all from ECS, whose program, together with ourselves, we are unveiling this morning. Now, there is a Swahili saying, kidole kimoja hakivunji chawa, which translates to the very clear fact that one cannot kill a louse with one finger. You need two fingers. I think many of you might not know even what a louse is. And that is with those of us who are used to this, kidole kimoja akivunji chawa. It is analogous to the saying, one finger does not make a fist. To have a fist, you need all your fingers, all the 5 of them. These sayings come to mind because what we are unveiling today is a testament to the veracity of these sayings. And I'm sure there are many other sayings that others know, which also are analogous to these sayings. Now, the partnership between ECES and the NCIC is born out of the realization that no one single institution can guarantee the peace and the prosperity of our people without seeking partnerships and synergies. ECES has become a valuable partner in our peace-building process in this electoral process. And Erastus Mwencha took time to also introduce you to you, members, senior staff of ECES based here in Nairobi, but also, of course, we have the vice chair coming from Brussels who addressed us here. And we must say that the very short time that we have engaged with and have been working with this small team, we have achieved quite a lot, which signifies that for the period ahead to August 9 and beyond, because this, as it has been said, and I will spell it out a little bit more, is a journey which we are working together with ECES, together with the EU, together with UNDP, and many other partners represented here today. The help of ECES has been the fingers in our fist by them supporting our Elections Bila Norma campaign. They have dedicated resources, and Ambassador Mwencha did indicate to us how much so far the resources, over $3 million, which is in fact because of the value of the dollar now and the euros is over 400 million Kenya shillings. So this is not a very small support. They have also dedicated resources and time to work with us, and particularly in what we have planned now to build a multimedia monitoring system to ensure we are well prepared to tackle the heavy work of monitoring various media outlets and ensure no hate speech is propagated to inspire violence with impunity. As we all know, the social media space has become a dangerous tool for hate mongers and disinformation propagandists. Social media's wide use and reach means that sophisticated tools are needed to monitor the online space, more so in the African context, since the social media companies are unable to adequately capture the language and the nuances used by not only here in Kenya, but the rest of Africa in social media. This means that we need advanced and sophisticated technology to sufficiently monitor the online space. Thanks to the support from ECES, I am glad to inform you that the center that we are going to open will be set up in the next few weeks and will therefore vastly enhance our monitoring capacity. I think here we really need to clap for ECES because this is tremendous. This is very timely. We need such a center which will be our situation room from where we'll be able to monitor on a daily basis. And I want really to emphasize about hate speech because I have been asked several times, why is NCIC so obsessed with hate speech? And my answer is very simple. Because in history, there is no genocide or mass killings that have not been preceded by hate speech. That's where it starts. And that is why even when we came up with the hate lex, a lexicon on the words that we have through a scientific process determined that they are likely, particularly when used out of context, to incite people and to lead to violence. So that is why we are so particular about now dealing with hate speech. From this center, we'll be able, therefore, also to deal with those who, like the hashtag which is trending this morning, which says, "No Raila, no peace in Kenya." I'm sure many of you have read it. I'm confident that Raila has no idea this kind of thing is being said about him. Knowing him the way we do, he's not the one who is behind this. They might think that they are doing him, they are supporting him, they are building him, but there's no doubt that the Right Honorable Raila Odinga would not want that kind of group propagating what they are propagating. These are the dangerous utterances that can ignite very easily, and we find ourselves in the situation such as was in 2007, 2008, but God forbid that would happen. So what I'm saying with the establishment of this multimedia center, hate mongers should know that they are being put on notice, and they are warned, and that they can't continue to hide behind social media and they do things they are doing with impunity. We are also partnering with the ECES to establish regional centers across the country to ensure our citizens can report any issues, but also as centers of dialogue in our quest for peace. These centers will not only bring the NCIC closer to the people, but will also serve as communication centers. And this is critical. And those areas where we want to start establishing these centers are the ones that, through our mapping, have been identified as hot spots. So this will start with this. And being closer to the people is so important because people can then themselves own what we are doing, and it will not be seen as the work that is just being done by elitists here in in Nairobi. Further, we have come to know that local vernacular FM radios are becoming theaters of hate speech in coded language, which necessitates monitoring, and as such, locals in a region are best placed to monitor and give real-time synthesis and understanding of messages being passed through such coded vernacular language. Therefore, these regional centers will enhance our capacity to monitor hate speech and nip it in the bud. This help is, of course, of great value and importance, but it doesn't begin to do justice to the further assistance in expertise and experience that ECS brings to the table. The knowledge and skills the team possesses are invaluable to us and to our work. We draw deeply from them to ensure we have the best practice and the best skill sets to ensure thorough success in our quest to deliver peace during the electoral processes and beyond. To ensure this happens, our partnership with ECS means that our staff will have bespoke and tailor-made training to ensure they are trained on how to handle electoral cycles and the challenges thereof. This training will also be available to the wider peace actors within our ambit with whom we have synergies. And many of them were mentioned here, not less than 20, as Commissioner Danivas indicated already. Through our regional centers, these trainings will not just be a Nairobi affair, but rather a nationwide linkage to allow for effective peace building and electoral cycle skills to be present across the country. It is because of this that it is my distinct pleasure to be here with all of you to celebrate yet another milestone in our journey together, for we are clear that Rome was not built in a day. Today marks the first step in a journey that has been pre-planned for long, and we have no doubt together we will achieve elections bila norma this year and beyond. This is my firm belief, and as a commission, our collective commitment. This commitment is beyond the elections 2022, and it is not an event, it is not a moment. This has been reiterated by those who spoke on behalf of ECS. And therefore, I want to reiterate this and say that we look forward to a partnership that will go beyond 2022 elections, because we see the value in having this partnership that will help to build a culture of peace, particularly related to elections. It is rather, therefore, a journey which we are committed to take to ensure the peace and the cohesion of our people, and to establish a firm and cohesive foundation for future generations of Kenyans. Let me conclude, therefore, by saying that with a full and grateful heart, that we thank all of you here because you have joined us in this process towards elections bila norma. I thank you for coming together so that we can make a feast against electoral violence. I thank you for coming so that between us, like the two fingers, we can squeeze the flea of hate from our society. I thank you from our hopeful heart that believing this is doable and will be done. And it's only by working together that we'll then be able to finish this long journey and will go very far. God bless EKE's NCSA partnership, and God bless Kenya. Thank you for listening to me.